Carrie!
Just a minute. Hello, Muratan. How are you?
Fine, you?
Welcome to the mud home. Oh dear, don't break your leg. I'll show you around. You wanted to have a look, so I'll show you around my home. Yeah, be careful. You never know what's around. We'll start off here. This is my kush. This is where I sleep. And I've got a mosquito net that I pull right over the kush, so it's like a room, and I sleep there. And there's Woody. Are you all right, Woody? Woody's hot and tired. Yes. And Woody sleeps there. And this is my bedroom, and that's what I look out on. It's beautiful with the stars and everything. Yeah.
What made you build your own house?
Yeah, good question. What made me build my own house? Well, I was actually living in a tent. This platform was over there at the time, and I lived in a tent for about 8 months, and I actually wanted to live in a tent forever. I never wanted a house. I just got so used to living in nature. I thought I wanted to be outside forever, and then the winter storms came and nearly knocked me off the kush. One night, a terrible night in October, just before winter, a storm rushed through this valley and nearly flattened the tent and drenched me. And then I decided, I need a house. So the only thing was I had no building experience, so it was interesting. But a friend of mine had built an earthbag house down the road in Fethiye, and so I asked him, and he sort of told me a few tricks about what to do.
Can you explain earthbag technique?
Yeah, sure. The earthbag technique is amazing. You fill polypropylene sacks with damp mud, and then you squeeze them all together in a circle, and you put barbed wire in between each layer, and that holds the bags in place, and it creates an incredibly strong structure. It's one of the most earthquake-proof structures there are. Dudu's house, for example, my next door neighbour, the last earthquake, she has a huge crack in the middle of her house, and a normal concrete built house. In this one, nothing happens to it. It's pretty invincible, basically. Yeah. So.
What's it like to live in a mud home?
Yeah, I'll tell you what it's like to live in a mud home once we get inside. Yeah, but one thing, I had no experience at all about building. In fact, I hadn't even put a shelf up when I did this project. And so if I can do it, really anyone can do it. It's very empowering to build your own home. And we'll go inside and have a look. This is my kitchen, outside kitchen. We'll come back to this in a minute. There we go. Welcome to my home. And you can, as soon as you get in here, you can feel how quiet it is. It's just, mud homes really, the walls are 1/2 metre thick, so they soundproof the place incredibly. It's really like a cocoon. That's one of the things I love about the mud home. Another great thing about mud home is that you can repair it all yourself. It's fantastic. You no longer have to deal with these horrendous workmen who never seem to turn up, or when they do the job badly. You can just, anything that happens, you can just repair it very cheaply yourself, because it's basically mud and lime, and lime is also very cheap. Another great thing about living in a mud house is that it breathes. Unlike concrete is not breathable at all, and so that's why you get things like damp happening. You never ever get damp in this kind of house, despite the fact that it sat even in a lake of water once. No rising damp at all, and the walls just breathe all the time. So you can close the windows, go away, come back, and it's fresh. It smells fresh. It's amazing. The other really good thing about an earth home is heating. That's my stove over there, my wood burner. And that's, I suppose I burn that in the coldest days of the year. I burn that for about 2 or 3 hours a day, and that's enough. The house, and that would be in the evening, and the house holds the heat all through the night until about 7 in the morning, and then the sun on the shortest day of the year comes in here at 7:30 and moves around all the windows. It's like a greenhouse, and then it heats up the earth in the inside, so you're just so snug. Even when it could be minus outside and you're still really, really snug inside, it's great, really fantastic in that way. So yeah, I love living in a mud home, really. Best thing I ever did. Yeah, so I'll show you now. The thing that everybody always wonders about is my bathroom. And the house is solar powered. So this is not the bathroom, this is the shed. And you can see two fat batteries there, inverter, regulator. That red light means I'm now out of power. Yeah, that's the solar system running on two panels, and that gives me enough to run the basics, lights, computers, nothing huge. A small fridge in the summertime is enough for me. And this is my bathroom. And the infamous composting toilet that everybody is terrified of. This one is now currently out of, I have two. I use them 6 months a year. This one's the winter toilet. So what happens is when you finish using it, you mix with, you basically go to the toilet and you add sawdust in, and that's all you do. And it's dry. Can you smell anything, Rat? Please come and smell. Can you smell something? Does it smell? No, huh? No. It doesn't smell. That's the thing. It's dry. Normal sewage systems are actually completely unhygienic. The composting toilet is way more hygienic because it's dry. Pathogens in the poo love water, and they don't like being dry, so that's why it doesn't smell. And that will sit like that now for another 3 months, and then it's completely neutralized, and yeah, then it's just like earth. It's amazing. So let's go to the kitchen. People are always asking me, how is it in winter? Live an open kitchen. I love my open kitchen, and I refuse to change it. My answer when they ask me how my kitchen is in winter is I say exciting. If there's a storm blowing, it does get pretty interesting. Although I close this part off here. Yeah, that part I close. But yeah. I just want to be, I just want to be connected to nature, so I don't want to block it off. And I really enjoy having this open space here. I don't like cooking at the best of times, but in a house I really don't want to do it.
You wrote a book about this, right?
Yeah, I wrote a book, you're right. Mudball. That's right. I'm actually an author. That's that's how I survive. Yeah, I'm an author, and I wrote the story in Mudball, which has been very popular actually. People like that book. Over 35 star reviews on Amazon so far for Mudball. That's my story of how I built the house and the adventure we had. We were a crowd of 5 people. It really was so much fun. And finally, my little pool. Now the aim of this pool, actually, I mean, it's a plunge pool. I do go in sometimes when I want to cool down, but it's really natural air conditioning. And I got the idea. There we are. You want to see some water? I got the idea from wind chimneys in Iran, where they have basically tall towers over a pool of cold water, and the wind or the air comes in, gets cooled, and then cools the whole house down. And this is the same system. This area is the most shaded area on the land, so the air comes in, cools down over the water, and then this area becomes this wonderful cool space. At the hottest time of the day, between 2 and 4, this is the place to be. It really is fantastic. And then of course the air moves onto the rest of the land and keeps the land cooler. Yeah. So basically, I really hope one day you too build a mud home, because it was without a doubt the most empowering, the most fun, the best thing I ever did. In fact, it was so great, I'm just dying to make another one.